Hi everybody, Renegade 67 and or 68 here. I feel awkward right now. I want the game to play music, but they aren't playing it yet. So, this is some more Fate Stay Night Unlimited Work Blades of the Blind variety. So, last time Archer exists and he just said, "Hey Shiro, stop sucking." And and Shiro was like, "You're right. I should stop sucking." Meanwhile, Rain was like, "Hey Shiro, be happy." And then Shiro was like, I don't think so. I know the song is "Don't Worry, Be Happy," but I mean, I choose to not be happy. You can't tell me otherwise. And I'm be like, yes, no, wait, be happy. What? So now this time, maybe Shiro learns to be happy. Maybe he learns to have a real goal. Maybe he does both at once, or maybe neither, and Shiro just becomes like a bad guy. That could happen. You don't know, or you probably do know. I don't know. That's the point. Anyways, what did I wish for and why? Ooh, okay, meaty dream, meaty dream, meaty dream. There's just barely music. That's the worst kind. I'm thirsting for music and you give me just barely music. How dare you? Okay, play some more. It's a good song. I just need a faster song right now. My head is lacking for music. It's thirsting. Needs a faster beat. Whatever. I'll turn it up actually. I really want music just blaring in my head right now. Um, what did I wish for and why? Those are the heavy questions. There were people that were not saved. Right, in the fire. At the end of Timeline 1, it was like, it was not wrong, you know? You could have wished to go back and change things, but you're like, you're not wrong for not going back. Because that would mean, basically showering on Kiritsugu's parade. Kiritsugu saved you and he felt happy about it, and you don't want to undo that. Through the fire and the trains we carry on. I don't know about trains, but I don't know where the trains come into it, but sure, I get the reference, I think. I get the rest of it, I don't get the trains part. There were people that were not saved. Yeah. He feels like Kiritsugu saving him, he doesn't want to undo that. Because he knows how important that was for Kiritsugu. So he wants to not mess with that and just let it be. I think is the idea there. But now he has to realize, go one step further and decide, okay, he saved you. Now what are you going to do with the life he saved? You're just going to waste away with it? And there was me who could not save them. That should be the reason. The reason what? You're not allowed to have fun now? Because you couldn't save them back when you were a worthless kid? Isn't the whole point you train and get stronger so you can be someone who's strong enough to save people in the future? You shouldn't have to not have fun because of that in the past. What happened after that, and what did I want to become? I remember the gray sky. It's a mashup I found the other day. Interesting. A dark sky on the verge of crying. There, my will to fight for survival almost disappears. Interesting the tense you're using. My will to fight for survival almost disappears. You're putting yourself back in the moment, as if you're still living through the fire. You still haven't gotten past it. You're not saying, there, my will to fight for survival almost disappeared. You're saying disappears. I don't know if there's any nuance to that, or it's just a translation thing, but it sticks out to me. One only dies when the will fades away. Leaving behind many people, I survived a few minutes longer than everyone. In the process, lots of things died. That's why it was almost empty. I wonder if he's going to reference his parents. Maybe his parents died because of him. His original parents. Maybe like, if they didn't have to save him, they would have lived. There's something there, maybe. That's why it was almost empty. If the wish to stay alive dies, everything disappears. If you have nothing, all that remains is to die. You can get something new. Just because you have nothing doesn't mean you will always have nothing. and I died. Thinking got difficult, and I closed my eyes, and right before everything turned black, my outstretched hand was grabbed by someone. You gave up? Oh, I see. Just as you gave up, you were saved by Kiritsugu. So you abandoned people upon people. You tried your best to save yourself, sacrificing others. And just as you were about to give up is when Kiritsugu saved you? Sounds like the right timing for your mental state. Or not just as you were about to give up, just after you gave up. That was everything. Everything disappeared. There was nothing, so I only had that one thing. Makes sense. You had just given up, you had just accepted your fate, as it were. And then he saves you, and you're like, well, I had already accepted that there's nothing left, so all I can do is just follow his strands. Makes sense. I admired it severely since I could not do it. Oh, and yeah, he wanted to save people. That's true as well. That's right. I hope to be of help to many people in place of all those I could not save. But he said it is all false. Which one, Kiritsugu or Archer? Didn't they both kind of say it? Kiritsugu was like, saving someone means sacrificing someone else. Yeah, he gave up his will to live, and then he lived after it. Yeah. It definitely does, would fuck someone up for sure. The question is what they do after the fact, I suppose. So instead of being thankful for living, he's just questioning why, I suppose. A borrowed ideal. Salvation like a coin, passed from hand to hand. A thankless end. Dash, 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 dash. What did I want to become and why? I want to be a superhero. I wanted to be a superhero. It's not me that said that, but it was Kiritsugu. Ah, dash, 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 dash. I wake up. The light flowing in is bright, telling me it's sunny today, unlike yesterday. Damn, but I still have a headache. I don't know if it's because of what happened last night, but I don't feel good at my awakening. I mean, personally, me too. Like, I understand that it saved the franchise and everything, but as far as favorite Fire Emblem games, it doesn't even come... Okay. I must have had a bad nightmare, as my temples are throbbing in pain. Don't even get me started on those temples. I mean, why do we even have to differentiate between the why am I doing this? I don't know. I just feel the need. That was turning into a Zelda reference, by the way. I didn't go far enough for I think people to realize what I was doing with that. As my temples are throbbing in pain. Man, I'll go wash my face. Wow, it's really sunny. It is sunny. On days like today, kids like you should be running. Almost. If you go down the wrong path, maybe. It's really sunny. Even though it's still 6:30, the sky is clear blue. It's warm for winter and the snow is all gone. Oh, there's no more snow. It all disappeared that quickly. You know, with only that little snow in the pathway, that's foreshadowing that, you know, Ilia has such a minor role, which sucks. She should be around more. Gosh, I haven't even having that many bad ends, so I haven't seen Ilia much in the Taiga Dojo. I kind of skipped out on one that didn't even fully, you know, a lot of the stuff, whatever information they were sort of telling me in there, either they've not gone around to actually telling me in the game, or it was bullshit, but, yeah. It's really sunny. Even though it's still 6:30, the sky is clear blue. It's warm for winter and the snow is all gone. My sleepiness goes away once I wash my face and brush my teeth.
そっか。今日は日曜だから無理して藤音を起こすこともないんだ。
Oh yeah, it's Sunday, so I don't have to go wake Fujine up. Sunday is an important day. An important, you'd think of a downtime day in the narrative sense. Makes me wonder what we did last Sunday, timeline 1. I don't remember. But, even though you'd think of it as downtime, I feel like something's gonna happen when Rin's gonna try to wear us down. Maybe the morning will be downtime before Rin confronts us midday. I can prepare breakfast later than usual, and we can eat slowly as well. You want today to be a slow day, Shiro? Will Rin allow that? There's no one in the living room.
俺が一番だったんだ。藤音とセイバーはわかるにしても、遠坂がまだ寝てるってのは意外だな。
So I'm the first one, huh? I can understand Fujine and Saber, but it's unexpected that Tosaka's still sleeping. I mean, Tosaka's a late riser, but also she might be prepping to defeat you with friendship or something. Well, I'll prepare breakfast. Even though it's Sunday, there are 4 people this morning. Oh, by the way, thank you. I'm doing this late. Should have done this earlier. Thank you to Ninja Pro 4D for following me, like, 15 hours ago or something. More than that. Anyways, thanks. Was going to do that at the start of the stream. I didn't. Oops. Even though it's Sunday, there are 4 people this morning. I should start preparing. Dash dash.
あれ、食パンないぞ。
Huh? There's no bread. No bread? Maybe that means it got stolen. Or, by who? Saber if she got hungry. Taiga if she got hungry. Ring could have stolen it as part of her grand plan to defeat you. Or, no, I bought a loaf yesterday, but it's all gone with the bag. Okay, that's not normal. You shouldn't lose a whole loaf in one day. It's gone along with the bag.
その代わりに100円玉が3枚あるのは誠意と見るべきなのか否か。
Oh! Should I take it as sincerity that there are 3 100 yen coins in its place? 100 yen? How much does a loaf of bread cost for you? I mean, maybe... I guess it depends a lot. No toast until he stops being depressed. That'll show him. Or maybe Rin was going to make her own food. She refused to eat Shiro's food till Shiro was defeated. She refused to accept his charity until something. So maybe she took it and put that there. Possibly. I've never encountered such a crime. The first suspect, Fujine, wouldn't do such an elaborate thing. No, she would just take it and not bother leaving the coins. Has to be Rin. There's only one other culprit. Well, what should I do? I don't really care about the bread, but there is one extra person that'll be eating this morning.
7時前。豆腐屋さんなら開いてるな。
It's before 7. I bet the tofu shop will be open. Tofu shop? Oh, are you going to go out this early? You haven't done this in a while, going out, for... I guess because you were not going to school so much, timeline 1, that you never really had the chance in this timeline to do one of these morning food runs or afternoon food runs, which you did a lot, at least on screen. You probably do some food runs. I don't know, maybe the implications have been doing food runs off screen in this timeline, but I don't know. I like to assume he got a lot in advance, though he even said today he got, like, bread yesterday, so I guess he's been getting food off screen, but he went to the market more on screen in timeline 1. But, yeah. I bet the tofu shop will be open. Maybe we'll run to Ilya. Or maybe nothing will happen at all of eventful purpose, in which case there's no reason to leave it on screen. So we'll probably run into something somewhere, somehow. Oh, I did not expect this. Food choices! Oh, that's convenient. No music. I want music a lot right now, but this will be good for future. I like having no music things for the stream prep. So what are we doing? I'll just make Japanese food, actually. I'll take it out on the culprit. I won't question it. I'll jog to the shopping district. Okay, in timeline 1, I would have been like, "Don't go to the shopping district. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? You have to stay at home and be safe." Now, in part, I still think that way. So you could just do, I'll just make Japanese food. Actually, I'll take it out on the culprit. I'll take it out on the culprit. I mean, how are you taking it out if they took the food and paid for the food? Is there really any taking it out? Um, oh, taking it out on the culprit. You mean actually confronting Rin about it? I suppose. I won't question it. I'll job to the shop. You see, part of me wants to go to the shopping district because, like, I don't know. I have this weird inkling that we'll go out and we'll see Elia or something and hang out, or she might kill me, But that'd be interesting too, right? I guess dealing with the Rin thing makes sense. We should probably deal with that sooner rather than later. But in character, I think Shiro would want to avoid that anyways. Because he's wrong. Uh, I'm actually gonna do the shopping district one. I'm just kind of curious where this leads. I feel like if there's a Rin point system, maybe this is negative Rin points, but I'm curious. So I'll jog to the shopping district. Why would Elia care about Shiro in this timeline? I don't know. If she's like one with the Grail, maybe she has mental time travel. We don't know if the mental time... I'm just guessing it's mental time travel still, I suppose. But I don't know if it's like connected to the Grail or just connected to Shiro. I assume the Grail is involved, but that could be an incorrect assumption. But also, I don't know. Just even if I just meet Elia and she just kills me, that's cool too. I wouldn't mind that. I just kind of want to see Elia again. I know who the culprit is. As the one in charge of cooking, I can't allow myself to waste precious time questioning her. This feels in character for Shiro right now. I feel like it's on Rin to confront me. I feel like based on Shiro's mindset, him confronting her seems like too easy from Rin's perspective. Granted, Rin has issues of her own, but Shiro's issues are bigger right now, I would argue.
もっともだ。んな暇があるなら豆腐買ってくるべし。
I should go buy some tofu if I have such time. Ah, yes, this is a place that we haven't seen much in Timeline 2, that we saw a decent bit in Timeline 1. I head to the tofu shop under the clear blue sky. I buy 3 tofu with the 300 yen that was on the table. You exchange the bread for tofu? That's interesting.
Oh, Shiro-kun, 日曜だってのに偉いね。
The fuck is that? Who? Who's speaking? Is this just a random tofu extra, or is that someone important? Oh, Shiro-kun, great for you to come, even on a Sunday. I go home drinking the soy milk I got as a service from the tofu shop owner. That extra voice was such a good extra voice. I love it.
満たされてる。
Yeah, this is great. This is perfect. This is a perfect morning with nothing to complain about. Oh man, he's dodging. Granted, I chose the choice that made him dodge, but I feel like this is the in-character choice that he would dodge right now. Anyways.
なんだけど、なんか損したような。
But I feel like I'm at a loss. I tilt my head in wonder and look up at the sky. A big serving of tofu and a 60 yen soy milk. Did that cover exactly 300 yen? I don't think good things like this happen that often. Oh yeah, totally. Things are great right now. There's nothing bad going on. I slowly walked back and pondered what to do with the tofu for about 20 minutes. Interesting. Yeah, this is great. Interesting how he reacts to this whole thing. I go home drinking the soy milk. This is perfect. A perfect morning with nothing to complain about. So a perfect morning is just not complaining. A perfect morning isn't actually having fun. I guess that's telling. I feel like I'm at a loss. You're at a loss because, when you have nothing to complain about, what do you do with your time? All you ever do is deal with the complaints because you can't go your way to try to do something fun because you don't think you deserve fun. So when there's no complaints, you find yourself bored. So you want things to complain about? Is that it, Shiro? That's the ultimate sun move, if that's the case. I don't think good things like this happen that often. You really consider something like that good? I mean, I guess if it's a good day outside and, you're one of those people that enjoys fresh air, that weird thing, fresh air. What is that? How does that work again? I don't... I slowly walked back and pondered what to do with the tofu for about 20 minutes. It's 8:30 already.
おはようございます、シロ。今朝は随分とゆっくりなのですね。
Good morning, Shiro. You're at ease this morning. Yup, totally not lying to myself. That's not why I'm at ease, for sure.
おはよう、セバ。今日は日曜で学校がないから、その分ゆっくりしていられるんだ。
Oh, morning, Saber.
いいから、朝飯が終わったら道場に行こう。
I can relax since it's Sunday and there's no school today. I feel good, so let's go to the dojo after breakfast. Yeah, that's a great way to not have to confront Rin after what she said to me yesterday.
ええ、望むところです。ではシロ、半身の麻痺は完治したのですね。
Yes, that'll be great. So your numbness is healed?
そういえばそうだった。
Oh, you're right. Oh, maybe that's why he's feeling so good. Imagine if that food choice led down an extended bad end. I was kind of thinking something like that might have actually in my head. I hadn't said it yet, but it could. I wouldn't be mad. Brought it on myself. Oh, you're right.
商店街から気持ちよく散歩できたし、もうほとんど治ってるみたいだ。まだかすかに重いけど、この分なら明日には治ってる。
I was able to walk from the shopping district without a problem, so I guess it's pretty much healed. It's a bit heavy, but it should be fully healed by tomorrow. I guess that does make sense after feeling so much pain or weirdness for so long. It finally starting to feel good probably would feel good. Yes, it feeling good would feel good, I'm sure. Or at least not feeling weird and or bad, so I can understand that for sure. It should be fully healed by tomorrow.
それはよかった。マスターが傷を負ったままでは私も立つ瀬がない。
That's good.
シロがいつも通り厨房に立っていると私も安心できます。
I cannot be at ease if my master is wounded. I can relax if I see you in the kitchen like always. You can relax seeing me in the kitchen. Oh, that's funny because it's the whole haha, he's good in the kitchen, but Shiro's got, some of the sexism, so she's like, hey, I like you in the kitchen. It's funny because it's like, haha, irony. Saber takes a seat in her usual position beside the table. Fujin and Tosaka are sleeping, but since it's Sunday, I should let them sleep in until breakfast's ready.
おはようり。昨夜はゆっくり眠れたようですね。
Was she really though? Doubtful. Good morning, Ren. It seems you were able to sleep well last night. Oh. It seems Tosaka's awake.
おはよう。別にそうでもなかったんだけどね。日差しは眩しいし、0時過ぎてもゴソゴソやってる奴らはいたし。
Morning. It wasn't really like that. The light was bright and there were people moving around even past midnight. Yep, that sounds like a Shiro thing, staying up late doing his training or whatever. Tosaka answers to Saber as she goes in the living room. Well, I don't want to complain so early in the morning, but I have to know why she took all of the bread. Do you? Do you have to know? Or are you just gonna dodge it more? She took it probably as a a sign of contest. Like she will only ever have her own bread.
おはよう、登坂。早速だが今朝の。
Ooh, given the cutoff, she probably is dodging here. She probably doesn't like how respectful you're being. Good morning, Tosaka. So about... My breath stops. Because she's hot and I forgot how hot she is. Tosaka is wearing something unfamiliar again. It's not unfamiliar. You've seen her in this. What are you talking about? What's unfamiliar? Am I missing something? You've seen her in this. What am I missing? Am I stupid? My heart starts beating rapidly. I get that he's horny, but she's not unfamiliar. She's worn this in front of you before. It's because of the red clothes. You really love that color red. It hurts my eyes so much that everything I wanted to say escapes my mind. Well, you are a bit of a redhead, so, I guess it makes sense you're attracted to the color red. I don't know, is that how redheads work? I don't know. No offense to redheads watching. Also, I always find it weird to call them redheads, red-haired people. Like, is it red hair? Shiro's got orange hair. I feel like, unless, I don't know, maybe, to my understanding, Shiro has orange hair. And that's like, normally when people have red hair, it's like, it's orange hair. And it's like, well, why do we call them redheads? Is it because my eyesight is wrong? Maybe they are technically red and all my color seeing is wrong. Anyways, I just always felt weird about like, oh yeah, it's red hair. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's orange. What? Hurts my eyes so much that everything I wanted to say escapes my mind.
朝飯作ってる途中。できるまでお茶でも飲んでろ。
I'm cooking breakfast. Have some tea while you're waiting. Should have just barged into the guest room to interrogate her before she'd gotten dressed. Well, yeah, exactly. She wouldn't have had her red on, so less awkward, for sure. He loves red so much, he made it part of his mantle when he grew up. Wise knows what's up. He's a wise fool, after all. I put the cups in front of Saber and Tosaka. But...
何のんびりしてるのよ。今日は出かけるんだから早く用意しなさい。
Wait, what? Why are you so slow? We're going out today, so get ready quickly. Wait, what? We're going out? What do you mean we're going out? Where? To do? Are you asking me out on a date? Do you want me to do fun things? Is that what this is about? You're like, oh, you wouldn't have fun. I need you to learn how to have fun. Is that what's happening? Why are you so slow? We're going out today, so get ready. Tosaka glares at me as if breakfast comes later. Is this computing the same way to you, Shiro, as it is to me? Because that's not what I was thinking. Because when she said, oh, I will fight you, I definitely didn't take it that way. I wasn't thinking physically necessarily, though I could have seen the physical route. I was thinking more like... I guess that's one way to do it, though. I am now your girlfriend. Time for you to have fun. Is she really willing to make the, wow. Although I guess I could see that. I guess I could see her jumping to, yes, I'm your girlfriend now. You're gonna have fun. Because she didn't want to drag, I think the whole point is she didn't want to drag Shiro into her grudgy life. She even sort of said, your life is good here. But then hearing that he doesn't really have fun, he's like, well, maybe never mind. Maybe I do have to save him. Maybe my life is a bit better. Or at least his is not as good as I thought. And that's one way she can think to try. That's kind of interesting. But I don't know if she's going to come on quite that strong, but it is an opening at least. Tosaka glares at me as if breakfast can come later. Where are we going? It's like a reverse of Timeline 1, where Timeline 1, she was like, Saber, I need you to have a date fun time. And now Rin might be doing it with Shiro, and that's... it's really funny, but it works.
隣町までよ。本当は遠出したいけど、さすがにそこまでの余裕はないでしょ。
She's not gonna call it a date,
だから妥
though.
協案ってことで。
She's gonna tiptoe around it because she still feels weird about it, right? But I bet that's what it is, or it isn't. If you're trying to get me to have fun, then I think that's the idea, but you don't want to call it that. Maybe you want me to admit, to the neighboring town. I want to go somewhere far away, but we don't have such time, right? So it's a compromise. Somewhere far away. Unless you want to do something related to magic, because you want to prove magic is fun, or you want to see if I find magic fun. You want to do what you found the most fun in regards to magic? Ellipses question mark? Is this some sort of new surprise attack? Oh, 100%. The surprise attack called fun. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for ukulele. I definitely am mixing up the lines. N is for no survivors. That was totally out of order, but I don't remember all the correct ones. I don't get what Tosaka wants.
妥協案は分かったけど、何しに
I don't get what she wants. Out loud. Okay, I get it, but why are we going there? You don't get it.
何って遊びに行くに決まってるじゃない。
Oh, she does go out!
デートよ、デート。
She does come out and say it. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna go have fun, of course. It's a date. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. She's wanted his penis for a long time, but she's avoided it thinking she didn't want to drag him into her bullshit. But now she sees he has a lot of his own bullshit, and she wants to save him from his bullshit. So she's like, well, I might as well try to have... Maybe she wants to tell me about the thing where me and her somehow met in the past somehow. That she was alluding to in the one bad ending. Rin is now fully on the Shiro train, yeah? We're gonna have fun, of course. It's a date.
デートって誰が誰と
Date who and who? Interesting that Rin takes the initiative here, because Shiro had to be he had to fully take the initiative with Saber, and ultimately ended up being kind of unhealthy. But here, Rin is the one taking the initiative. Shiro is still kind of, Rin sexual, but she's the one making the move, which is interesting. I guess because Rin is seeing the fucked up thing about Shiro, whereas Shiro was kind of glancing past the fucked up thing about Rin, though it is still there, I would say. I mean, Shiro ultimately had to resolve his own fucked up thing at the end while trying to get with Saber. But it's interesting. The reversal, it works. But it's interesting that it shows Rin the one who has to break through to Shiro. Even though Rin has her own problems, maybe we're not in the right place to do anything about that yet. Interesting. Yeah, good for you, Rin. Yeah, exactly. A not Sun move at all. Usually with the tsundere, the tsundere, the traditional tsundere girlfriend, it would have to be the boy going hard to make the move. Like, the girl would be super subtle, and then when the guy doesn't get it, the girl gets all, how are you so dense? That's the traditional tsundere options. That's why it's double surprising. I like it a lot, yeah. It's definitely non-traditional. I like it. A date? Who and who?
私とシロが
Hey, you said Shiro! Nice. Shiro and I. Has she been saying Shiro this whole time? Or has she not said my name yet? Is she fully on Shiro? My heart beats rapidly. I don't think she's said the name yet at all yet until now. But she's calling me Shiro now. Shiro and I. She declares naturally. Dash question mark. After tilting my head in wonder. She's definitely noticed Shiro maybe has some level of attractions for Ren, I think. But she doesn't want to go down that, yeah. Now she does, because of what she's realized. But she's noticed, but wanted to avoid it. Shiro probably hasn't noticed. Or if he has, he's been like, no, I'm imagining things. There's no way someone like her could like me because, she's too good to me because, I hate myself.
デートって俺と遠坂が
Date? Me and Tosaka? Now, this is when Ren responds, if we're dating, you should probably call me Ren and drop the Tosaka.
それ以外に誰がいるのよ。昨日の夜そう言ったでしょ。
Who else is there? I told you last night, right? Dash. Hold on. It's so sudden that my mind hasn't caught up yet.
ほら、いいから行くわよ。どうせこんなことだろうと思ってたし、お弁当作っておいたから。
Oh!
シロはこのトートバッグを持ってついてくる。
Saber's just in the background like, okay. Come on, let's go. I knew this was likely to happen, so I made some lunch. Here, follow me and carry this tote bag. Oh, you took the bread, paid me, and you made your... Okay, that's cute. That you made the thing for me because you were the one initiating. I like it. So if I had tried to interrupt you, I wonder if we would have gotten some kind of... Interesting. Knowing that that's what you were doing, I wonder if you would have been happy or sad that we interrupted. I wonder if that would have been positive or negative for you. Because Shiro just going out randomly, it's interesting. Maybe that really was just a Rin's point choice. And I think we got like negative Rin's points, I would assume. Because I assume because it doesn't seem like that choice did anything, at least from this perspective. We went out, we got tofu, Shiro feels good, he comes back. It's a very nothing choice. And if we were going to be running into Rin and possibly doing some Rin stuff, had we chosen the other choice. Also, I was going to say, Rin needs to take the initiative. That's what I was saying earlier. Rin needs to take the initiative. I feel like it's in character for Shiro to not take the initiative here. So good on her for taking the initiative, as it were. But also, yeah, maybe it really was. If it was just a Rin's point choice, I wonder. Part of me hopes we're on the path to get the Rin bad ending first, just to get it out of the way, as it were. Anyways, I knew this was likely to happen, so I made more lunch. Here, follow me and carry this tote bag. She hands me a green tote bag and leaves the living room. Okay, I like the color green. Dash dash. I stare after her, dumbfounded.
シロ、リンの後を追わなくていいのですか？
Shiro, should you not follow her? I mean, is Archer gonna be our chaperone? I have to assume so, keeping watch from some level of distance. Knowing Rin and her proudness, though, she might be like, and also her short-sightedness when it comes to romance and stuff. When it comes to Shiro, she might be like, no, Archer, you stay away. This is a personal moment for us, and then we get attacked. I mean, if it's anything like Timeline 1, we get attacked at the end of the date, which would be a little predictable. It wouldn't be logically unsound, it would just be a little predictable, so I'm kind of hoping this one just goes fully through without a hitch. It might have a hitch anyways, but Timeline 1 already had the hitch at the end of the date, so it would just be a little like, again. Shiro, should you not follow her?
ちょっと待て、父さんが。
Hold on, Tosaka! Chotomate! I love it. I quickly start running. I hear another set of footsteps. Saber is following me. Are you gonna chaperone? Because that's kind of weird if you can't become invisible. That's kind of a weird, we have like a, we're kind of doing a thing here. You're kind of eavesdropping. Is Rin okay that Saber keeps following me?
遅い。女の子を待たせるなんてずいぶん余裕があるのね。
You're late. You have some nerve making a girl wait. I mean, how late? I followed you immediately. You're just gonna keep getting on my grill this whole time, aren't you? I'm not that carefree at all. She doesn't hear me out, and it seems determined that we're going on a date. And let me guess, how are you going to rationalize this for yourself, Shiro? Are you going to attempt to think, oh, of course, she wants to scope out enemy territory, or one of those cliches? It would be a cliche, but also it wouldn't be the normal cliche, because the normal cliche is just the boy is completely tone deaf and doesn't notice romance at all. I think for Shiro, it would be more like, I don't deserve to have the romance.
いや、だから待てってば。遊びに行くって、どうして。
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, why are we going?
そういう気分だから。別に構わないでしょ。どうせ昼間は何もしないんだし。今さら逃げるなんて言わせないわよ。
Oh, wow. She's so nice that she's giving me a pity date. Yeah, that could be one thought process he has. That or, oh, of course, it's an excuse to scope out masters. Because I feel like it. You don't mind, right? We're not doing anything during daytime anyway. I won't let you run away now.
確かに構わないだろうけど、ほら、そうだ、アーチャーはどうするんだよ。あいつだって反対だろう。
Of course, finding excuses. I certainly don't mind, but yeah, what about Archer? I bet he's against this. Why would he be against this? And even if he is, does that mean you're against it? Probably the other logic Shiro's using, if he does accept it, is, oh, she's trying to convince me to have fun. She doesn't actually like me, because there'd still be the self-hatred enough there to at least go to that conclusion.
アーチャーは置いてきたわ。今頃私の家で寝てるんじゃないかしら。
I left Archer. I bet he's sleeping at my house right now. That seems so bad. It just, okay, it's one of those things where if we go through the whole time and you never get interrupted because we have no chaperone, I'm gonna call a little bit like, wow, you lucky shit. But at the same time, they were interrupted in the last date, but that time it didn't matter as much because they had a servant with them. Here, we're not going to have a servant, and we can't really afford wasting a command spell right now, so maybe Saber should follow us at a distance. I bet he's sleeping in my house right now. Dash. I can't beat her. I can't talk Tosaka down by myself. If anyone can stop her, excuse, think of a good excuse.
そうだ、そういえば、セイバーはどうするんだ
That's right, Saber. What about Saber? What about Saber? You think she wants to date instead? Wrong timeline.
セイバーならいいわよ、同伴しても。
Oh! Oh, how understanding, Rin. Saber can come along as well. Okay. You go along with the deflection. It's actually good for Saber to chaperone. Very practical. I'm surprised you're so okay with it. But it keeps up the illusion that you're just doing this for his enjoyment. Which maybe to an extent you are mainly doing it for that. But you know, there is the ulterior motive. Defeated. All my cards are trumped in just one sentence. Threesome date.
いい加減観念した？なら急ぎましょう。今日はマスターの義務なんて忘れて思いっきり遊ぶんだから。
Have you accepted it now? Let's hurry. We're gonna forget we're masters today and play our hearts out. Shiro's gonna love two girls being with him on a date. I mean, with his kinks. He's probably gonna find it the most awkward because he's not gonna maybe want to make a move on one of them when the other one's there because he's like, well, I mean, you know, I want to keep that route open in my mind. Or I don't want, but I think, you know, if he fully allows himself to go on one route, it's different, but he might be too nervous to commit while the other one's there watching. We're gonna fit we're masters today and play our hearts out. Hold on, you idiot! There's no time to be confused. Tosaka grabs my hand and runs out the door. Dashes. I guess I have to give up. Tosaka's so energetic that I don't think I can beat her. And I'm sure she'll defeat me in an argument even if I say something. She is great at winning arguments. She's a master. You've gotten better, Shiro. You've gotten better since Timeline 1, but, you know, Rin is like the master at winning petty arguments. And I don't know why, but Saber is following us without complaint. Maybe she, makes sense, I think, to an extent. Rin is definitely putting all her energy and will into this. Makes sense, because she really cares about Shiro. But also, I think it makes sense why Saber is okay with it. Because Archer really cut to the core of issues that both Shiro and Saber were having. And so maybe after that, Saber might have thought to herself, yeah, maybe Shiro does need this. Which, he probably does. Saber is following us without complaint. Well, that's good. See, it's really sunny today. Okay. Okay, how do we start? How does the deto start this? I'm overwhelmed by the crowd the instant I step out of the bus. Saber riding on the bus. The station is filled with people. It's a sunny Sunday morning, so it'd be stranger for it to not be crowded here.
驚いた。休日ともなればこれほど人が集まるのですね。
I'm surprised. So many people gather here on Sunday. So many people gather here on Sunday. Why is it surprising? Why is it surprising that people gather on a Sunday? I know that in today's day and time, with 2021 and it's COVID, it's surprising. But to you, you think it's surprising? Maybe because you're like Gilgamesh, who is used to the past days, where used to the past timing where there was less people, and so you're like, wow, there's a lot of people. Is that what this is? Why aren't you praying at church, you heathens? I guess there's that possibility too, if Saber wants to go down that dark of a route. Saber looks at the town in wonder. Her reaction is to be expected since she's never seen the town in daylight. It's interesting that she seems to be the one so far having the most fun on this date, that's for Shiro. Ellipses. Of course, all along, Shiro just needed Rin to come along on their date in Timeline 1, and it would have worked so much better. I'm also stunned by the crowd.
さて、どこから行こうかしらね。二人ともリクエストある？
Well, where should we go? Do either of you have requests? Wow, it's just a full threesome date. Even Saber is getting in on the action. That's surprising. Requests? How about, what if Shiro's request is, oh, I think we could just go back home, right? But, unlike us, Tosaka is full of energy.
リクエストって言われても困る。遊び場なんて知らないぞ、俺。
Of course, that's obviously going to be the answer. That's troubling. I don't know any fun places because Shiro just doesn't have fun. So yeah, you're going to be the one having to pick the places. We sort of went into this a little bit in Timeline 1 where Shiro's like, okay, how do I make it so Saber has fun? And then he was drawing a blank and he just picked generic places that are like, date people do this, right? And he didn't really know because he didn't know how to have fun. So he was trying to get Saber to have fun without knowing he himself how to have fun, which is why it was so awkward. Rin, in theory, has at least a better idea of how to have fun in general. She has her own issues, but she at least maybe knows how to have fun. So this is probably going to be a better date overall in theory. Having a very attractive girl that you're really into take interest in your well-being does help ease off some mental burdens. It's Rin. Remember her first thought when she saw Saber? Oh. Rin is definitely into Saber. How pretty Saber is. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Rin definitely wishes she had Saber instead. She's talked about that. So, and she enjoys Saber's company, I guess. It's just surprising that, to an extent, that she just so easily allows for the threesome to happen. It is interesting in that extent. Practically speaking, I don't mind if we don't get interrupted at all then, because there's no punish if we do get interrupted, because we have a servant with us. So I don't have to complain being like, you're being stupid, Ren. So the fact that she just allows it so easily says to me that she is letting herself be practical because maybe she realizes how troubled Shiro is. Like, maybe how competent Shiro's been recently has tricked her into believing I can let my guard down a little bit while I'm with Shiro. But now Shiro being like that is like, oh, wait, he doesn't have his shit together. So I need to be the one with my shit together. Maybe that's why she's so accepting of the threesome date instead of just the full-on date.
でしょうね。じゃあセイバーはどこか行ってみたいところとかない？
I thought so. How about Saber? Do you have anywhere you want to go?
私ですか？いえ、特に関心のある場所はありません。そもそも私はシロの護衛です。
Me? No, I do not have any particular place I'm interested in. First of all, I'm Shiro's guard. Yeah, Ran, it's your job. You're the one who apparently knows how to have fun. Prove to us how to have fun. No reason to waste the chance for a twofer. I mean, I guess, but also, I mean, if they're not into the twofer, you don't want to overextend yourself, right? Like, if they're into the twofer, then it's great, but if they're not, then you're shooting yourself in the foot, and you probably miss out on both. Depending on how desperately they each want you, of course. Rin did assist in the dragon sex in the first timeline. Very true. So now we just need to have a proper, Rin sex that Saber assists in, of course. I'm interested in, first of all, I'm Shiro's guard.
これがリンとシロの休日ならば、私はいないものとして扱ってください。
If this is a holiday for you two, please treat me as if I'm not here. That's gonna... How far are we gonna take treating her as if she's not here, Rin? Nah!
そう？じゃあ私の好みでいいのね。
Really? Then I can go wherever I want? Why, where do you want to go, Rin? Where do you have fun?
二人とも意見がないんだから、私の方針には絶対服従ってことで OK？
Oh, if you don't have any requests, does that mean you guys will give me absolute obedience to whatever proposal I make? Depends. That's definitely a no answer in that case. But, Yes, Rin, tell me, what things do you have fun with? Because since the Grail War started, it seems like you fully focused on it. So I think this is just as good for Rin, even if she maybe doesn't consciously realize it at the moment, as it is for Shiro. Because she's been just so focused on the Grail War, the whole pride thing, and, not thinking about what comes after, that she hasn't probably thought much about, having fun, at least until it's over. So it's sort of letting herself remember the fun things that she does with her life, too, at the same time. So without realizing it, she's probably helping her own issues. Nani? I feel a chill. Tosaka's eyes are scary.
ちょっと待て。物騒な言い方するな。
Chotomate. Wait just a second. Don't say it in such a scary way. Her saving someone else may save her own mental state. Looks at Archer. Saving someone else to save yourself, huh? That's kind of Shiro's goal in a way. In Timeline 1 especially, it was just to save someone else to save himself. And I think it is here to an extent as well. Still, and that's the whole point, because he needs to learn to save people, not just to save himself.
大体な、遠坂に付き合うとは言ったけど、デートするとは言ってないぞ。これはあくまで、たまには息抜きをしようって3人でだな。
Still deflecting. First of all, I said I'd come with you, but I didn't say I'd go on a date with you. Stutters to say the word. This is just to relax with the three of us. Yeah, it's just three friends hanging out.
はい、残念。世間じゃそういうのをデートっていうの。
Too bad. This is what you call a date in society. Is it? Usually I thought a date's just the two people. Usually if there's a third wheel there, that makes it a little weird. I guess if you do just count her as our chaperone, which you could, especially because she's not a real person. I guess Rin might think of it that way. And Shiro's the one who thinks of her more as a real person, I suppose. That's fair.
ほら、ここまで来たんだからいい加減勘弁なさい。
Come on, give up
あんまり往生
already.
際が悪いと女の子に嫌われるわよ。
Girls will hate you if you're so persistent. I don't think Shiro cares if girls hate him because, he hates himself after all.
嫌われるって誰に？
What? Like who? Like Sakura, maybe? Do you care about that? Or just Rin? Is she gonna say me? Because that would be a big play. That would be a big card right on the table. And right in front of Saber, too. I don't know if she's gonna go there.
さあ、誰でしょう。でもまあ、しぶといってのは長所かな。
Huh.
ね、セイバー。
Huh. Okay, she's playing coy. Who could it be? You mean yourself, of course, but girls will hate you if you're so persistent. I think Rin, she's kind of has a love-hate relationship, I would argue, in that case. Because I think she loves the back and forth to an extent. As long as you don't push too hard. You're not too persistent. Who could it be? Well, I guess being stubborn may be a strong point, right, Saber?
はい。シロは負けず嫌いですから。戦闘において不屈の精神は心強い。
Saber! Come on, read the room a little bit, Saber. I guess to be fair, she's not at all been exposed to the romance angle like in Timeline 1 when Shiro really put her in that state of mind, but yes, Shiro hates losing. His persistent mind is reassuring during battles.
だってさ、よかったわね、シロ。
See? Isn't it good, Shiro? Tosaka smiles. Man, what's so fun about making fun of me? For Tosaka, that's the most fun. Why are you so against it, huh? Because you say, what's so fun? You don't seem to have fun, and yet you're against other people making fun of you? Why? I mean, if other people are having fun because at your expense, and you think other people deserve to have fun more than you, isn't it okay if people have fun at your expense? Why are you so against that?
さて、それじゃあ手始めにベールデに行きましょうか。二人とも朝食はまだでしょ？軽くお茶した後で店荒らしでもして、とりあえず体を温めよう。
Let's go to Verd first of all. You two haven't eaten breakfast yet, right? We'll go window shopping after a quick cup of tea to warm ourselves up. Sure. This works as an okay beat. Deto de. Deto. Deto desu yo ne. I probably titled my other one very similarly. I wonder if the Sunday in the other timeline was the date as well. I don't remember. I feel like the date happened a little later on in the other timeline, unless the timeline's just repressed so much more quicker. I don't think so. Because we haven't even confronted Castor, but there's still Berserker, and it feels like there's more. It feels like this is happening earlier in the timeline, theoretically, than the big date in Timeline 1. Although there might just also be just more days in this timeline. That is also very possible. But, yeah, we're going to intermission here, so... Let's go to Verd first of all. You two haven't eaten breakfast yet, right? We'll go window shopping after a quick cup of tea to warm ourselves up. Window shopping? We will or you will. I could see why Rin might enjoy clothes shopping to an extent. I don't think Shiro cares about that. Saber... Maybe she could get into it a little bit, but I think it would take some prodding. Tosaka starts walking. I think Verd is the name of the new department store that opened up.
ほらのんびりしてると置いてくわよ。モーニングは10時までなんだから急がないと終わっちゃうじゃない。
I heard morning. I think that's what she said. I'll leave you if you're slow. The breakfast menu... No, you won't. That's just such a Sun thing to say. No, you won't. The breakfast menu only goes up till 10 o'clock, so we have to hurry. Morning menu. Is that a real thing? Hold on. I gotta check. I'm positive she said morning. I feel like that's... Is that a katakana word? Or is she just using English? Is it real fake English? Or real fake... Not fake English? English to Japanese. Morning. Asa. I know that, but like, can't it be like morningu? Aha, morningu. Yes, morningu is a real... Okay, morningu. No, morningu? It's not morningu, it's morningu. I expect it to just be morningu. I guess it has to be morningu, but like, morningu. Yeah, because I think it would be morningu. Yeah, if it was going to be... It's so silent, but it's definitely there. Morningu. You practically skip it, but it's there. How often is morningu, the katakana, used? It does exist. Let me check Jisho. See if it's a common word or not. Morningu. Morning. It is a common word. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. What about evening? Evening. Okay, I'm translating the wrong way. Oh, there, it doesn't even give me like, because morning is asa. Here, for Japanese, they give me ibuningu. Oh, and then what's this word? It doesn't say. There's a kanji here, and it's not telling me what this is. What is this word? What is this kanji? Evening kanji. It's not giving me a spelling. Yoru. Right, evening. But then they also just do ibuningu. Anyways. That was a fun distraction. So, the breakfast menu only goes to 10 o'clock, so we have to hurry. Choto! Choto mate! Choto is small and mate is wait. So that's what they're really saying. So when he says choto, it's more like saying, like, I guess it's not a normal thing you would say in English. But getting cut off, he's saying choto. Choto means like short or small. So he's going to say like just a second. Small wait is essentially the equivalent. Choto mate is wait. So like just a second, that kind of thing. But obviously, when they're translating, it makes sense for them to go wait, because you wouldn't just go like short wait. You wouldn't do it in that order. But she doesn't stop even if I stop her. I mean, you didn't stop her though. You just tried to stop her with your words. It seems Tosaka will not even give me time to calm down.
シロ、リンが言ってしまいますが。
Shiro, Rin's walking away. You won't let her walk away, will you, Shiro? That's not a very nice thing to do. Depending on how hard you're deflecting, you might just let her walk away, though. If Rin is really being strategical here, she actually secretly has Archer watching the whole time, and he'll tell her if he's going against the script.
ああ、もう分かった。こうなったらどこへだって付き合ってやる。
Geez, fine, I'll go anywhere now. I slap myself on the cheeks and sum up some resolve.
行くぞ、セイバー。はぐれるなよ。
You're so serious to Saber. Lumping her in on it. Let's go, Saber, don't get lost.
はい。シロこそリンを見失わないように。
Oh, look, she's kind of having a little bit of fun with her little minor blush. Yes, please do not lose sight of Rin. Maybe Rin is trying to distract Shiro enough to ignore his own self-hatred issues. I mean, that's not gonna work in the long term, I don't think, because he doesn't always openly self-hate. It's mostly internal until he's fully confronted, so. We run together. Ooh, you run. Interesting. Interesting thing that you run to catch up to Rin. Okay. That's interesting to think of. It's an interesting mental image. Tosaki doesn't even turn around in the crowded town. It seems she's absolutely certain that we'll follow her. Maybe that's a little bit too much confidence. Maybe because Saber's here, that actually, you know, makes Shiro more likely to not just turn around and walk the other way. It helps, if anything, in circumstances like this, where she takes the lead. Okay. Don't normally see this image. In fact, it might be the first time ever. So, if it's not the first time ever, it's the first time in a long dang time, because I don't remember this image. Now that we're zoomed out, I definitely don't remember this image. Before I know it, I've fallen into an even more unavoidable situation.
初めに寄った店とは違った雰囲気ですね。
The atmosphere is different from the first store we entered. Let me guess, is this like meant to be like a couple's place?
リン、ここには何が？
Rin, why are we here? Koko naniga?
単なる小休憩よ。二人とも疲れてると思ってね。この辺で一服しとかないとゼンマイが切れちゃいそうだから。
Unlike you, Rin, me and Saber don't wear out that easily. Just saying, humble brag. Just a little break. I figured you two must be tired. If we don't rest now, your springs are gonna wear out. We might be mentally tired, but physically, I'm pretty sure we're both a little more adept than you at this point.
確かに目まぐるしい2時間でしたが、休憩を取るほどの運動量では。
It certainly has been a busy 2 hours, but it hasn't been enough activity to necessitate.
そりゃセイバーはね。けど見えないところですっごくすり減ってるものもあるわけ。
Maybe for you, Saber, but there are things that wear down in places you can't see. Nice. You could make a sex joke with that.
私たちにとっては普通の床でも人によっては毒の沼地ってこともあるんだから。
What seems like an ordinary floor to us can be a poisonous swamp to some people. Okay, that's a bit of a far-reaching analogy. I mean, I think I get it, but that's probably going to go over Saber's head.
ああ、私こっちのバナナパフェね。セイバーはこっちのデビルズサンデーにしときなさい。
Interesting. Devil's Sunday. I'll have this banana parfait. Saber, you take the devil's food sundae. What does Shiro get? Banana. I do like bananas. Devil's food. What is the devil's food exactly in this sundae, I wonder? To be honest, would hate this type of day, but Shiro and Saber have no objections and ideas of their own, so it makes sense Rin is just doing stuff she likes. I mean, so far, I don't know. Like, I haven't been given a full idea of what they're even doing beyond so far just going to this cafe. So it's hard for me to say I hate it yet because I like eating food. So if I get to have some kind of ice creamy food, that's sundae. I like sundaes. I wouldn't necessarily hate that. Yeah, we'll have to see where it goes from there. She nods her head.
甘いのを食べる？
That fucking nod was so good. Ah, I love it. What about you, Emiya? Could do you eat sweets?
朝からそんなの食べるか。ブレンドでいい。
Who could eat that stuff first thing in the morning? I'll have coffee. I'm just not a coffee man, to be honest. Just window shopping makes me shudder. Just fucking buy stuff. Oh, I don't mind window shopping. I think window shopping can be fun. To an extent. Like, if you start spending, sometimes you're spending and get out of hand. I do think that, like, there should be a clear distinction made. Like, this is for window shopping or this is for actual shopping, and that should be made before going in. You shouldn't try to trick yourself into thinking, oh, maybe I'll really shop, but we'll have to see depending on, you know, what I see while I'm window shopping. I wouldn't normally do that. Like, if I see something I like while I'm window shopping, I might think about it after the fact and go, maybe I should actually shop there. But I have clear boundaries to not risk, you know, impulse spending. Who would eat that stuff in the first thing in the morning? I'll have coffee.
あら、男の子。でもいいの？ HP 回復しとかないと大変よ。
Oh my, such a boy. But are you sure? You'll be in trouble if you don't replenish your HP, you know. Lipsies. Replenish your HP. Such a boy. It's a boy thing to have coffee? I don't drink coffee. avoid sweets in the morning. Personally, I don't really care at what time of days I have certain foods, so I certainly wouldn't care to have, if I had ice cream at night or at the morning necessarily. Depends on the ordering of your foods, I think, more than when you have them per se. Sweets only recover MP. Rin confirmed gamer. I mean, you know, Fate, the Grail War, you know, she's been prepping for it. Maybe she's been playing some fancy RPGs to prepare. I shouldn't even have to say it, but coming here and eating ice cream together would be a whole different dimension, and I have no appetite to begin with. Also, how does a technophobe like her know something like that? Is she a technophobe? How do you know? Maybe she does do stuff like that in her free time, or did before the Grail War, that is. Who knows what she did before. We know she, you know, she's done some amount of things for fun to distract herself from, you know, the thing she doesn't find fun, that is carrying on her father's legacy.
強情強情っと。ま、それはそれで楽しいからいいけどね。
So stubborn. That's fun in its own way too, so it's fine. Oh yeah, you like the foreplay, huh? What do you mean fun, you smirking red devil? You're the one who should be eating the devil's food Sunday. Of course.
シロ、糖分を軽んじてはいけません。リンの言う通り体力を消耗しているのなら、このマンゴーラッシュ&クリームなどいかがでしょう。
Saber's just tone deaf the whole time, and fucking Rin's gonna love that. Shiro, sugar intake is not to be taken lightly. If you're as exhausted as Rin says, how about this Mongo Russian cream? If you say that fast, it sounds like Mongo Russian cream. Hold on, wait, I have to Google this now. Is this a thing? Mongo Russian cream. I just have to try. Mongo Russian cream. Is that a thing that exists? There are images for it. Russian cream and Mongo. I don't know if there's Mongo Russian cream. There is Russian cream, and there's Russian cream and Mongo, but I don't think Mongo Russian cream is a thing. Darn, foiled. Look at this fucking comedy routine. Yeah. Saber nonchalantly recommends me something off the menu.
ええ、大きな声では言えませんが、連日行軍の時など皆に隠れて甘い果物を口にしたものです。もともとはチョコレートなども錬金術から発生したものだとか。
Yes, though I cannot say this too loudly. I ate sweet fruits when the others were not looking, and during long marches. Chocolates and such like originated from alchemy as well. Saber's getting the date more than Shiro so far. I love it. Probably because she was shaken a little bit by the archer thing too, so maybe she's allowing herself to get into it a little bit. But it's just funny. Shiro tries so hard to get Saber into a date in the other timeline. This one, Rin just does it so easily. But also, it's interesting that everything Rin knows about dates coming from rom-coms. That is possible. She does seem like a lonely person. She has never really gone on dates herself, probably. So it probably is just from consuming media to some extent, I would assume. But yeah, it's what's the word? Interesting. Interesting is one way to put it. So let's go with interesting. Shoot, what's interesting? I lost my train of thought. I had a train of thought. Let me re-find it. It's interesting. I was going somewhere with this. Hold on. Don't tell me. I know where I'm going with this. Don't try to stop me. I think I had a brain fart. Brain blast! Jimmy Neutron. What was I saying? Chocolates and such like originated from alchemy as well. It's about Rin. I was gonna say something about Rin. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. This date is more funny than serious. The Shiro Saber date and the other pathway, super serious. A lot of our interactions so far have been more, because of the Sun relationship, I suppose, a lot of the interactions have been more on the comical side. So I'm interested at what point things might get more serious, because at some point there should be a serious turn. You'd expect that to possibly be the date, but maybe towards the end. For now, though, as long as Saber's around, I think it makes sense. As long as Saber's around, they can't go too serious, and they just keep it comical, and it becomes serious after the fact. Unless Shiro has a breakdown similar to Saber's breakdown, that would be an interesting way to take it full circle. Because Saber has a breakdown towards the end of their initial date and is like, it's Shiro and Saber's just like, no, this doesn't work. And, then they split off. But then, as Shiro goes to reunite, that's when Gilgamesh shows up. But here in Timeline 2, it might be towards the end of the date, after everything's going hunky-dory, and Rin finally reconfronts him and says, wasn't that fun? Then Shiro might just stop himself and go, no, I'm still not having fun. And then, Rin might break down because of Shiro's refusal to have fun. They might end the date that way and get serious. But anyways, chocolate and such like originated from alchemy as well.
そりゃ初耳だ。
That's the first I've heard of it.
で、セイバー、マンゴーラッシュも試してみたいんだな。
Saber is very healthy for him here because Shiro relates a lot to Saber, especially because they seem to both be dejected by what Archer said and just their mutual disdain for Archer. They have similar personalities also, so if anything, Saber being here does seem to be more healthy for Shiro because I think he's less willing to run away because Saber's here, and he likes it when Saber has fun too. So if anything, he sort of allows himself to have fun to an extent because of Saber. However, at the very end, he might just be like, I let myself give in because it seemed like Saber was enjoying it, but he still might reject the notion that he's having any fun. We'll see when we get to the end. So Saber, you want to try the Mango Rush too, right?
はい。一口ほどいただければ幸いです。
Yes, I would be grateful for a mouthful. Dash dash. How very lonely. Saber has already abandoned me to my nervousness and fallen under Tosaka's evil influence.
あら、遠慮しなくていいのよ、セイバー。せっかくだから両方頼んじゃいましょう。
Oh, there's no need to hold back, Saber. We might as well order enough for both. As long as she doesn't use up too much of her jewels fighting. She is slightly kind of rich because they're still jewels, right? Her money is her power. It's kind of weird in that sense. But yeah, she can spend money. She's pay to win in that sense because she uses these jewels for her power. But they're also real jewels that she can spend on money. Or rather, they're jewels that she could spend as money. Or both.
そうしたいのは山々ですが、それでは支払いに無駄が生じる。空腹ならいざ知らず、興味本位で余分な注文をするわけには。
Oh, that's so cute, Saber. As much as I would like to, the payment would be too much. It would be a different matter if I were hungry, but I cannot order excess food just for curiosity's sake. Sure you can. Maybe at the end, Rin's gonna be like, oh, of course, Shiro, you're the one paying for this, obviously. The Yakuza? Since when did Taiga get involved? This is good, though, for Saber's mental health, because I've been saying for a long time, she's got her own issues that were resolved and took a while to get resolved in Timeline 1, and now they're unresolved in Timeline 2, but maybe this is helping re-resolve them, combined with Archer saying the hard truth there, and this here, Rin helping out, Saber might be able to re-resolve even without Shiro's influence, or this could help towards Shiro getting a firmer influence on Saber as well, and, she'd be, the burden would be lightened, but, so I like this in that sense. Seriously, Bryn would definitely pay for this. Oh, for sure, because she cares, but also, she might also pawn it off on Shiro. Because Shiro is so... I think if Shiro wasn't so damaged, she would just pawn it off on Shiro, but because she knows how important it is to, win, as it were, and defeat Shiro and prove to him he can have fun, I don't think she would pawn it off to him, though she might still try.
だから、その負担がデートの醍醐味なの。
But that's the great thing about dates.
こういう場合、エミヤ君は笑顔でおごってくれて、私たちはエミヤ君の器の広さを実感するっていう仕組みなんだから。
She's cheating. She's cheating because Saber's here. She's cheating. Rin's cheating. Rin shouldn't be able to get away with this. But because Saber's here and I'm, trying to care for Saber, I'm thinking of her as the like in this situation. Rin is cheating and using Saber as a getaway free card to pawn the meal off on Shiro, the cheater. She went back to calling him Emiyakud. When did she do that? Interesting. I think she's jokingly doing it. While she's joking, she's calling him Emiya-kun, and only when she's being more serious does she use the name Shiro. I think she's full in on calling him Shiro now, but right now she's making fun of him, and when she makes fun of him, she's calling him Emiya. Or maybe she's waiting for Shiro to call her Rin before she goes back to full Shiro. Her whole motive today was make sure have fun. It was a normal date. They would definitely be arguing over payment. In this situation, the plan is for Emiya-kun to treat us with a smile and for us to experience his generosity.
なるほど、素晴らしい。相変わらず、リーの采配には驚嘆するばかりです。
And Saber just accepts it. I see, how wonderful. As always, I can only marvel at your direction, Rin. I mean, Shiro didn't exactly accept that this date would happen. He never said accepted it as a date, but... Dash, dash. This is beyond evil influence. Saber was already an enemy on the same side as Tosaka.
じゃあそういうことで注文確認します。
Well then, time to go over the order. At least one of us is having fun. Maybe two of us. That's the thing. Is Shiro having fun though? I know Rin wants to make him surrender, but so far he hasn't yet. Rin seems to be having fun. Saber seems to be having fun. I don't think there's any proof yet that Shiro's enjoying this. Time to go over the order.
バナナパフェベビルズサンデー、マンゴーラッシュとブレンドでよろしいでしょうか、お客様。
Banana parfait, Devil's Food Sundae, Mango Rush, and coffee. Is he still having the coffee and the Mango Rush? Will that be all, sir? Oh, no, wait. He's having the coffee. Saber's having the sundae and the Mango Rush. I understand. She's like, you can have both.
なんで俺に聞く。いいよ、好きにしろよ。どうせ拒否権ないんだろ。
Why are you asking me? It's fine. Do what you want. Not like I have the right of veto.
あと、頼むならマンゴーラッシュよりスポンジオレンジの方がいいぞ。
Ooh, he's getting a little into it. And if you ask me, the orange sponge cake would be better than the Mango Rush. That would probably suit Tosaka and Saber's taste better. Ooh. But again, this is him thinking about someone else's taste. Always about someone else. He's still not thinking about himself yet at all.
ではご助言に預かりましてそのように。
Then I'll take your advice. You're reciprocative, but you're still missing the point, maybe. If you think that this is progress, Rin, I think you're missing the point and how he's sidestepping the issue.
エミヤ君のそういうところ大事にしてね。
Don't lose that part of you, Emiya-kun. He's always had that part of him. That part hasn't been not there because he's not been having fun. So began the least relaxing break imaginable. Right, I have to confess, I think I've been nothing but nervous for the first hour. Nervous? Is that how you'd put it? Considering you like Rin, I can see why. It's interesting that Shiro finally felt the need to actually try to have sort of fun with Saber in Timeline 1 because he wanted Saber to have fun. He didn't know what to do, but he's like, Saber, I want you to stay because I need you because my life is so fucked up. So I'm going to say, okay, I love you so that you can maybe love me back because that'll give you some fun. In this timeline, Shiro he didn't feel the need to be like, oh, Rin is so fucked up, I need to save her by taking the first move. Rin took the move instead. Shiro backed off mentally. He did think at first that, okay, there might be something wrong with Rin and her pride. But then when she said, no, I think it's fun, Shiro wasn't able to fully see past the mask. Maybe because he didn't want to, or maybe because she's good at hiding her insecurities. Where Saber wears her insecurities a bit more in her sleeve. She's not very subtle, I would say. So it probably is harder to poke in exactly at Rin's innerness. So Rin deflected like an expert, and so Rin was forced to take the first move instead. If Rin hadn't deflected and Shiro had gotten to the bottom of the real grodiness, he might have, asked her out on a date, but of course that didn't end up happening. Even by herself, Tosaka stands out. Her eye-catching vivid red clothes and her long, supple black hair. Oh, she's hot. The color alone catches the eye, but Tosaka herself is a flawless beauty. With Saber by her side, it goes without saying that they make a striking pair. Yes, allow the two-time pervert to happen. Oh, the fact that you point out them as a pair is so great, Shiro. Oh.
何人の顔ジロジロ見て。
What are you staring at me for? Utilize that, Rin. If there's anything he enjoys, it's the perverted aspects of his personality. That's what finally made him maybe start accepting some kind of joy in Timeline 1, was when he's like, fuck it, I need to date Saber. He was doing it mostly for Saber's sake, but he still let himself enjoy it. So that's what you need to hone into, if anything, Rin. That's what he'll enjoy. If nothing else, there's that as a starting point. What are you staring at me for?
さては緊張解けた？
Does this mean you've calmed your nerves?
まあこれだけ好き放題連れ回されればそりゃあな。
Well, after being dragged all over the place this much, you know. I do love their chemistry. Shiro's and Rin's, ever since Timeline 1, I've enjoyed it. However, as a building romance, I still think it needs work. As friends, I love their chemistry, but as a romance, I think some steps need to happen for this to really, everything to fall into place. Rin, just seduce him, easy. Damn, I really hate to admit it, but Tosaka's suggestion to take a break was detestably correct.
オッケー。じゃあここからはもうちょいグレード上げていいってことね。
Oh, to take a break, as in you need your mind to settle enough to be like, oh, that's right. On a date, you get to ogle the girl. Okay, then that means I can raise the grade a bit from here on out. Raise the grade? How so? My strongest foe, Smug Smiley. Honestly, even I can't understand myself. I could fight back to back with her as a master, but now even the gestures I've gotten used to seeing are making my heart race. It must be that I thoughtlessly got too close to her, and now it's difficult to begin normal contact this late in the game. How late in the game are we, Shiro? You gonna break the fourth wall? No, it works beyond just the fourth wall, but...
あ、そうだ。せっかくの機会だし、次はあれってみよっと。
Oh, that's right. Since we have that opportunity, let's do that next. What is that exactly?
そういえば、アクセサリーに興味ある？
Saber, are you interested in accessories? Oh boy, shopping. I don't think she is, but she might enjoy it to an extent.
装飾品ですか？
Ornaments, you say? I don't think that's the kind of accessory Rin means.
収集家ではありませんが、見ていてつまらないということはありませんが。
I do not collect them, but neither am I uninterested in looking at them.
なら次はそっち方面のお店に行きましょう。私、セイバーにいろいろかけさせてみたかったのよ。
Then let's go to the store over in that direction next. There are a lot I wanted to make you try on. I guess this isn't the worst. If Shiro enjoys Rin and Rin's having a fun time and he can get into it, that's something. But I don't think it quite gets there unless Rin actually makes a move. Normally, you know, the boy would make the move. But Rin's already taken the initiative at this point, I would say. And I think she has to make the move. You know the one. So that Shiro can actually fully get into it. Otherwise, I think he's still gonna keep deflecting. That's my assumption anyway. Let's go to the score in that direction next. There are a lot I wanted to make you try on. I wanted to make you try on? Dash, dash, dash. There's no calming my nerves. Her beaming smile is just that dazzling. A date will not resolve years of mental fuckery. Yeah. Not a normal date anywhere. Maybe not the dates you go on, wise fool. The unplaceable feeling of impatience and agitation gives me a slight pain in my chest. Impatience and agitation. This is why instead of a date, I'd rather have gone home straight away to work on tactics. Really, Shiro? Suddenly you care about tactics when this is the alternative? I mean, I guess you don't hate tactics, but, well, I mean, it's not, I mean, yesterday you didn't want Rin there at all, and then Rin's excuse is, hey, let's talk about tactics, and you're like, this is annoying, go home. And then she wouldn't go home, so you just kind of accepted it. So in a way, you admitted defeat. Now you just need to admit more defeat, I suppose. I'd rather have gone home straight away to work on tactics. So, what kind of magic was cast to make it turn out like this? Alright, what's the transition here?
いやー、笑った笑った。久しぶりにいいもの見せてもらったわ、ほんと。
Here's the fabled bridge, the one where Saber basically broke Shiro's heart and Hiro had a major freak out. Let's see if there's any kind of similar freak out in this timeline. Wow, I laughed my heart out. You showed me some great stuff. So you seem to enjoy yourself, Rin. If anything, this might have proved to yourself the stuff you'll be missing out on by going full master. But has it worked on Shiro?
そうでしょうか。私は判断しかねます。
Really? I cannot
どうも
tell.
先ほどのシロはあまりイメージではありません。
Shiro did not look like himself back then.
それがいいんじゃない。まさかメガネ一つであんなにお坊ちゃん風になるとは思わなかったな。シロ、あのメガネ買えばよかったのに。
That's what's good about it. I didn't think you would look so much like a rich, nerdy kid just by putting glasses on. You should have bought that, Shiro. Oh, Shiro with glasses, huh? What kind of glasses exactly to make him look like a rich, nerdy kid? Because Shiro definitely does not have a rich vibe. But depending on the kind of glasses, I could see it. It's gonna be funny if this date only helps Saber and Rin. I could totally see that. I feel like Rin needs to go further if she really wants to help Shiro. Like, she needs to, you know, go bow chicka wow wow. Because I think if she doesn't do that, Shiro will keep assuming that, that he's got no chance with her. Or rather, he doesn't want to bring her down to his level, kind of like how this whole time she didn't want to bring him down to her level. And he will just keep avoiding. And only when she does that, I think, will he be like, oh yeah, this is really fun and stuff. You should have bought that, Shiro. Tosaka must have loved it as she's still laughing. It would be pretty perfect, given that Saber, at the end of their date in Timeline 1, was like, no, this isn't working. And then, in this timeline, Shiro, at the end of the date, is basically the same way. Tosaka must have loved it as if she's, as she is, still laughing. Not as if she's still laughing, but in fact, she is still laughing. She needs to legit say to Shiro's face, I value you a lot, I love every part of you. Well, yeah, that would help him, for sure. I was thinking, you know, just go in for the kiss. But, you know, saying I love you might do the trick too. It all happened about 10 minutes ago. I don't know what she was thinking, but Tosaka took us to a glasses store and played around by getting Saber to try on glasses. Now that sounds interesting. I got involved as well, and one of the glasses just got her laughing. That makes me think of Persona 4 a little bit, when it comes to laughing and glasses. Though that wouldn't make you look like a rich, nerdy kid. It was a pair of thick, formal glasses that she made me put on. Okay, that's actually not too far off then. Although it's missing a crucial ingredient.
たく、余計なお世話だ。いいか、金輪際メガネなんてかけないからな。ただでさえ童顔なんだから、これ以上ガキに見られてたまるか。
Man, forget about it already. Look, I'm never gonna wear glasses ever again. I have a young-looking face, so I won't allow myself to look any younger. And my eyesight's so good I would never need them, right? Because of your archer abilities.
え？ああ、そっか。自覚はあったんだ。けど、心配いらないんじゃない？エミヤくん、今のままでも問題ないし。
That's a little blunt. Not beating around the bush too much that you like the way I look, huh? Think I'm hot? Huh? Oh, it's you're self-conscious, huh? But I don't think it's a problem. I don't have an issue with the way you are now.
あれ今のままなんて問題ある。顔は仕方ないけど、もう少しぐらい背が高くならないと困る。
What? There is a problem with the way I am now. Yes, there is, but you're not saying the real problem. I can't help about my face, but I need more height. Shiro is not short. He's a good bit taller than Saber. He is. I know Saber's meant to be short, but Shiro, you're. As someone who is a little on the short side, I have never felt like, man, I wish I was taller. I just never felt it. Never occurred to me. And I feel like Shiro, if I was to compare, is a taller average height than I am. So it's weird that he feels like he wants to be even taller, in my opinion, but...
あら、エミヤ君の身長平均だと思うけど。
Oh, I think you have an average height, Emiya-kun.
平均なもんか。それに背が高いと踏ん張りが効くだろ。
Ah,
せ
okay.
て一世ぐらいは背丈がないとダメだ。
Check Archer's height and his status. Also, Archer's fucking tall if I remember correctly. And I'll be better able to brace myself if I'm taller, right? I need at least Issei's height. Ah, that's where the envy comes from, because you have a friend who's taller than you, Issei. So you're like, man, if I was that tall, I could help so many more people, somehow. Interesting. If that's something you genuinely care about, and not for some ulterior motive, then that's something you have fun thinking about. If the ulterior motive is, I was taller, I'd save more people somehow, then, you know, ignore all that. But how would you save more people by being taller exactly? I'll be more able to brace myself. There's different advantages to being taller and different advantages to being smaller, so. Let's see. Archer. Height, 187 centimeters. I can grab so many things from high shelves if I'm tall. Just be more flexible. Just climb on things so you can grab things from high shelves. Okay, 187 centimeters. Comparing 154 centimeters. 185 centimeters. He's a little taller than Lancer. Ryder was 172. Okay, yeah, so Saber does seem a bit short for there. Assassin's 176. Yeah, okay, Archer might be the tallest. Not counting Berserker. Caster's 163. So yeah, Saber's definitely short when you compare it to, like, you know, Caster, who's taller. Ryder, who's taller. Berserker, 253. Okay, he wasn't going to beat Berserker, but otherwise, he's the tallest. Archer seems good and tall. I'll be better able to brace myself if I'm taller, right? I need at least Issei's height.
だから心配ないってば。まだまだ大きくなるもの、あなた。
You don't have to worry, you'll still grow. Yeah, we know that because Archer is taller than Shiro.
それは嬉しいけど、登坂、その根拠は何だよ。
I'm glad to hear that, but what's the reasoning behind that?
だって骨格はしっかりしてるんだから、ちゃんと栄養取れば育つでしょ。しっかり光合成してれば白も大きくなれるかなとか。
Are you deflecting? Or are you honestly saying something stupid? I'm glad to hear that, but what's the did she slip up? You don't have to worry, you'll still grow. Huh? Well, you have a firm build, so you'll grow if you get the right nutrition, right? I thought you'd grow if you used photosynthesis. Do you, on some level, know that I'm Archer from the future past? You didn't seem to know yesterday. Did you connect the dots in the middle of the night? Why else would you be so confident I'd grow? Is this you actually just saying something stupid? Or is the stupid thing you're saying a deflection? You're saying something stupid either way, but... That's fascinating. Because this seems so out of place for Rin to just say a stupid thing here. You don't have to worry, you'll still grow. Yeah, Rin did say they're super similar. That's exactly what makes me think, okay, so she definitely doesn't know, assuming there's something to know at all. But it's been a day, maybe she had another dream, and maybe the dream was extremely revealing. Maybe. And it's not even like, why did I say that? She seems like it's a clear deflection. It's not even like, yeah, why did I think that? as if it's not subconscious but fully conscious. Or if it is subconscious, then she herself is doubting herself. Wild. You have a firm build, seal growth, you get the right nutrition, right? I thought you'd grow if you use photosynthesis.
どこの葉っぱの話だよそれ。人をそこいらの花と一緒にすんな。
Maybe the dream was the reason she went full date mode? Because if Archer is Shiro's future, she doesn't want Shiro to go in that direction? That could definitely make sense. Interesting. That would be extremely interesting if she actually knows the truth at this point. And if that is the truth, because that colors her interactions with Archer from now on. She said she told Archer to stay at home. What plan are you talking about? Don't treat me like some kind of a flower.
ああ、エミヤくん、もしかして怒っちゃった？
Oh, are you mad?
別に話半分に聞いとくよ。ま、遠坂のお墨付きなら割と期待して良さそうだし。
Photosynthesis. I don't get it. As in he's going to be a sinner? That's not how you spell sin. No, I'll ignore it. Well, I guess I can look forward to it if you say so. You're not gonna pry into that, Shiro?
ええ、背のことは保証できないけど、きっととびっきりのいい男になるわ。それだけは私の保証付きよ、シロ。
Yeah, I can't make any promises about your height, but you'll be a great guy. You have my guarantee on that, Shiro. What? Why does she have to say such an embarrassing thing?
照れてる照れてる。エミヤくん、すぐ顔に出るから好きよ。
You're so embarrassed. I like you since your emotions show up on your face. Nah, dash. She's playing around with me. She's definitely playing around with me. Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the play you guys have? I feel like you do.
この小悪。同学年の男からかって楽しいのか、お前は。
You evil woman. Is it fun to tease a guy your own age?
もちろん、人によるけど、シロの反応は極上だしね。
Why does the age matter necessarily? If anything, the age arguably makes it better, especially if, they're actually, courting beyond just dating. If it's not just friend zone, if it's courting. Of course, it would depend on who, but your reactions are great. I love how blunt she is about that. God. Please show her your wrath with divine punishment. Not just for my sake, but for the sake of all the guys at my school. All the guys at your school, they're not gonna get in the way. She is all yours if you want that. And I think at this point she wants that big time.
と、シロで遊ぶのはこの辺にして、本命に行きましょうか。
Ooh, there's still
お昼ご
more,
飯
huh?
前にこうガッキーンってストレス解消していかない？
So we're just at a pit stop. We're still going, huh? This is a really involved thing, then. Let's stop playing around with Shiro and get on with the date. Do you want to learn? Let's stop playing around with Shiro and get on with the date. Do you want to let some stress out before lunch? She fists her hand and swings it. Oh, are we going like what are you talking about here? Let some stress. Are we going to some dojo? Shiro might enjoy that. I don't know if he enjoys it though. That's the thing, is that he practices and does the magic practice because, responsibility, must take on Kiritsugu's wish or whatever. But what do you mean by take out stress? There might be some obvious thing I'm ignoring here. There probably is.
ガッキーンって。
Could it be?
まさか。
I'm sure of it. She's making that gesture. Boxing? I feel like there's something obvious I'm ignoring here. Would a girl come out and say she wants to go to such a place?
何ってバッティングに決まってるじゃない、シロ。もしかして知らない？
I wasn't missing it then. I thought there was something obvious I was missing. Batting cage was actually in my mind, but I'm like, no, that's not what she means. That was what she meant. Okay. It's a batting cage, of course. Don't tell me you don't know it. Well, that is kind of swordish. A baseball bat is basically just a sword, right? The former school idol asked me seriously. Former school idol? You don't consider her a school idol anymore? Now she's just your personal idol?
んなわけあるか。
Of course I know.
あ、いや、俺が言いたいのはだな、バッティングセンターは女の子向けじゃないっていうか。
Oh, there's that sexism. What I want to say is that batting cages aren't for girls. Saying that, I imagine Tosaka going into the batter's box. I need to save that image. It's actually perfect timing. That's a short skirt. That is such a good image. I love it. Shiro, your pervy mind is great. Also, I want to save the image because it's actually good timing for me to take an intermission. But, Batter Tosaka. That's a great image. I like that. I'm saving that one. Oh, we didn't get many fancy AU images of Saber like this. In fact, I don't think we got any on on this level. But yeah, no, okay. Let's take that other intermission. Why don't we? I love this image so much. I love it. Oh, and the red bat is fitting. She's got a red bat. It's the right coloration that she would have. The choices he makes here are interesting because she seems to really like her with red clothes on. She has a red bat, but she's wearing a white shirt with like red outlines. The black short skirt that's even shorter makes a lot of sense, but the white shirt choice is interesting. I guess because the white and black is extremely contrasting. With the red highlights, maybe makes the red stand out more with the white having only the red as highlights. What's the symbol on her helmet? Probably just like batter or home run or something. Anyways, good image. 10 out of 10. Would ogle again. Crap, it does look strange, but why does she seem so reliable? uh...
何よ、それなら水族館にでも行く？確かペンギン軍団 vs 北海の巨大アザラシ炎の冷凍3番勝負がやってたはずだけど、見せ物としちゃ三流よ。
What, do you want to go to an aquarium instead? I think they had a penguin army versus the giant seal. What? The flaming freezing match, but it's a third-rate attraction. Penguin army versus the seal. Third-rate attraction, you say? Oh, you don't like penguins or you don't like seals? Which one is the problem? Dash, dash. Are you not okay? Do you not want? Were you just having the batting just enough to get that mental image of Rin in the batter outfit? Are we not actually going to go through with it? I think it's second rate, but I don't know about going to an aquarium when it's so sunny out. Wait, oh, she thinks it's a third-rate attraction, the aquarium. You think it's second rate. Interesting how you rate them. Is the batting cage first rate for both of you?
リン、そのバッティングとは何なのですか?
Oh, does Saber not know? She's supposed to know about normal conventions of the time, but maybe the only those that are relevant for potentially for her fight. I guess baseball wouldn't be. Rin, what is this batting you're talking about?
ああ、そうね。セイバーの得意分野よ。時に特訓の一つに挙げられる。
Oh, it's
総合的
training.
な身体運動とも言えるわ。
If it's training, Saber's into it. Huh? Well, it's something you should be good at. It's an integration of all your physique, considered to be training in some cases. And again, Saber's gonna be caught hook, line, and sinker, as it were. Hook, line, and sinker? Is that how that works? Sinker? You don't want it to be a sinker, though. Oh, wait, as in the fish sinks on your line? What's the expression? I'm doubting myself. Do I know fishing terms? Hook, line, and tinker? The fuck is tinker? And sinker. It is hook, line, and sinker? Well, then what the fuck is hook, line, and tinker? Why was it giving me that as an option? Oh, it's not. Okay, I see. So sinker is the expression. I don't fish. My dad fished a lot, though, so I picked up that expression. Also, I think it's just a general expression. Anyways, continuing. It's an integration of all your physique, considered to be training in some cases. Wow. Tosaka's putting it in a ridiculous way. But it's not wrong, though.
それは聞き捨てなりませんね。
I cannot ignore that. Of course. Because it's training. The sinker is a small weight used to make sure the hook actually goes under the water. That sounds like a smart answer to the question. You definitely are more familiar with the fishing than I am. I have fished in my life at times. I caught catfish back in the day somewhere. I forget, but it was a big deal at the time. I did it. That's my notable fishing achievement. I cannot ignore that.
そうそう、気持ちいいからやってみなさい。セイバーなら店の景品を根こそぎ獲得できるってもんよ。
Yeah, you should try it since it feels so good. I bet you'll be able to win all the prizes there. Oh, she might be cheating. That's cheating if she gets to get all the prizes, but yeah, I guess we're in for it. I mean, if she enjoys it, sure, let's go ahead and cheat. They won't know. She agitates Saber irresponsibly and starts walking again. Taku. I watch her, then run after her since it can't be helped. There's no point arguing against Tosaka's energy. I can't stop her, and I also kind of like being pulled around like this. Ooh, you like it. You like it because you like Tosaka? I can understand that. You like being whipped a little bit? Better than in Timeline 1, where you didn't know what the fuck you were doing to get to make Saber enjoy things? Rin's better at, Rin's a better, partner for, Saber than you are. I've been fishing once, I just have a habit of knowing useless stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm beating you then. I've been fishing more than once. For sure. It's been a long time, but I fished a few times. I also kind of like being pulled around like this. Giggity. He likes being a bottom. The admission. So that's what it means. Rin gives Shiro direction. Uh-huh. That's helpful, for sure. Does Rin have self-direction because of it, though? And is Shiro directed enough? Also, that's what means. My nervousness went away because it's fun. Oh, are you accepting it? You like being pulled around because it's fun. You're accepting it, but are you okay with having fun, or do you think it's wrong to have fun? That's big. That's huge. That just happened. He just said he's having fun. So Rin's winning. Will he admit that Rin is winning? Will he admit it, or will he keep it close to his chest? I was taken to many places without rest, and my anxiety was gone before I knew it. Tosaka urges me to go to the next place. I respond reluctantly, and Saber quietly watches over us. No Saber in a batting outfit? Rip. I'm sure there's fan art. It was really fun. Wow. Look at that. Shiro had fun for the first time ever. Nice. Achievement unlocked. The town I only used to walk by. I didn't know all the things I didn't involve myself in were so meaningful. Yeah, a lot of things in life aren't there for necessarily practical use, but rather enjoyment, to be enjoyed. Dash, dash. As soon as I think so, something like a cage falls on me and I understand. What are you understanding exactly, Shiro? I don't deserve this. Oh, no! That's not the right lesson to take away from this. You think you don't deserve the fun, huh? So as soon as you're starting to realize you're having it, that's when you're gonna stop it? I thought at the end you would just be like, I wasn't having fun. But that's how we're gonna take this. He decides he is having fun and then says, no, this isn't right? Interesting. I'm unworthy of all this. It tells me so from deep down within me. So how do you handle the situation? I'm tired. I never expected to play 5 games with 30 balls each game. Oh gosh, for a total of 150 swings. Woof. I can have fun. I just don't deserve to have fun. I know how to have fun. I know what fun is. I just don't deserve it. It's all because...
何でしょうか、シロ。そのような目で見られると困ります。
What, did she force him to train? Well, what is it, Shiro? Is it troubling? It is troubling if you look at me like this. She hated losing. Oh. I don't get it. Was she doing poorly? Was she still trying to learn how the game worked? And that's why they had to keep playing? Or was Shiro just winning because he's so good?
誤算だったわ。あそこまでセイバーが勝負にこだわるなんて思わなかった。
That was a miscalculation. I didn't think Saber would be so concerned about winning. Saber is a bit of a competitive one. Then again, I mean, to an extent, Shiro is not in the same way, I would say, but because he doesn't really like himself. But I mean, well, when I say competitive, what do I really mean then? Maybe he's not competitive, and I'm just thinking of something else. Because Saber definitely has a sort of competitive attitude to her, for sure, but Shiro might just be lacking that, actually. If there's any competitiveness to him, it's in, maybe they played one game, Saber lost, then just said, we're doing this until I fucking win! I can see that. I guess it's right to say Shiro is competitive in the sense that, probably with people like Taiga, he wouldn't want to lose to them, so to speak, in terms of being, a more responsible person. He's competitive in that he wants to be a good person at saving people, and he'll compete in that aspect. Yeah, that's fair. Or an aspect adjacent to that. Tosaka Sai is next to me. She also...
あら、私は1ゲームだけよ。そんなにバット握ってたら手の皮が荒れちゃうもの。
Oh, I'll only play one game. My hands will get rough if I swing the bat too much. Said something like that, but ended up playing another game with Saber. Ended up complaining afterward about how her shoulders and hands were tired. Of course, you say, I'm only going to play one game, and then you play two and complain that I should have only played one. Well, too bad. You said at first you should have only played one, but then you didn't, so it's your fault.
何言ってんだ。遠坂は2回だけやって奥でハンドル握ってたじゃないか。
What are you
俺だって
saying?
5回だぞ5回。
You only played
しかも
twice.
最高速度。
I played 5 times, and with the fastest speed, too! Oh boy, those batting cages, depending on the type of batting cage, those speeds can get fast. Actually winning those, depending on the type, that's pretty hard.
ああ、手を抜くとセイバーが怒るし、差をつけるとすねるんだからな。
Oh, that's
地
great.
獄のような1時間だった。
Oh, that's the worst, but that's great. Saber will get mad if I went easy and sulk if I beat her too bad. It was a hellish hour. So Shiro was just naturally beating her sometimes. I guess because he just knew the baseball game and she was still trying to understand it. Interesting. So she's like, no, Shiro, I have to normally win. You can't go easy on me, but also, damn it, Shiro, stop beating me. I need to win. That's the worst. That's the worst. If you do that, if you have a friend and you act that way when you play with them, don't do that. That is so annoying. Like, either be, gracefully take the loss, or maybe, if you want to be a sore loser, but then don't get mad if they start. Oh, that's the worst. Anyways, sulk if I beat her too bad. It was a hellish hour.
すねてなどいません。シロに対して闘志を燃やしていただけではないですか。そもそも道場での打ち合いに比べれば遊びのようなもの。
I did not
そこ
sulk.
まで疲労する方が悪いのです。
I was only filled with spirit. First of all, this is nothing compared to the fights in the dojo. It is your fault for getting that tired. You're the one who's supposed to... Wait, hold it. First of all, you're a servant, so you should have more energy than me. But second of all, aren't you wasting energy like this? Don't you need to conserve it? Normally, isn't that why you stay home all day and not come to school to protect me? Is that you're conserving energy, but you're not conserving it today, it doesn't seem.
納得。セイバー、遊びに負けると怒るタイプだったんだ。
I get it. Saber's one that gets mad when she gets beaten in games, huh? A bit of a sore loser, it seems. Well, she was winning the game of life for a while as a war tactician. So, yeah, she probably could get salty if she loses that kind of stuff, I could see, even on the small scale. Even if she hasn't confronted the small scale. I sigh and wobble on. So here's what I found out today. 1, do not gamble with Saber. 2, a rule where the winner is the one to have 10 or more hits than the opponent can end up in an infinite hell if the ones playing are about the same level. Oh no. A rule where the winner is the one to have 10 or more hits if the ones playing are about the same level. So you're about the same level of Saber. That's quite a feat. Like, even if she's not really used to baseball, you being at the same physical level is quite a feat. And lastly, Saber is physically weaker than us if she does not use her magical energy. Oh, is that a thing? Is it a thing? She's not using her magical energy? Was she... Oh, because you weren't cheating? Was that the whole point? You didn't want to cheat because you'd give away your location if there was like an enemy nearby? Oh, and she was conserving her energy. Okay. Okay, yeah. She's physically weaker than Rin, too, without using her magical energy? Really? Physically weaker than Shiro, I could totally understand, but physically weaker than Rin as well? That's pretty physically weak, in my opinion. Because I don't think Rin's that... I mean, she's alright, but I thought Saber was like, you know... She's a feisty little feisty. Maybe she's been using the magic energy as too much of a, crutch. I guess being a servant, it shouldn't matter that much, and she should just be able to use the crutch, but... Or rather, is Tostock a strange one for hitting back 120 kilometer per hour balls like nothing? Oh. Being tiny doesn't mean you're not fit. Is Tostock the strange one for hitting back? That does sound rather strange. I guess she is surprisingly kind of fit. I didn't think she was on even close to that level, but maybe she is more fit than I gave her credit for. It's natural since Saber is the smallest one of all of us, but I guess Tostock is rather strong for a girl. I mean, are you saying she's naturally stronger than Saber? I feel like Saber would still be naturally stronger even without the magical energy. To me, that's a pretty big twist. Rin was trained by Kirei. Okay, that's fair. That's fair if you put it like that.
失礼ね。バッティングはイコール腕力じゃないわ。
How rude. Batting doesn't equal strength. But you're the one who said in the first place that it was training, Rin.
スイングスピードと命中角度さえ合ってれば、女の子でも打ち返せるわよ。
Even a girl can hit if the swing speed and the angles are right.
そりゃ1球や2球はな。問題はその後。普通は腕の筋肉が引きつるって。お前、寝る前に腕立て伏せでもしてんじゃないのか。いや、あれはそうとしか思わない。
Well, that's for 1 or 2 pitches. The problem is after that, your arm would usually cramp up. Do you do push-ups or something before you go to bed? That's the only reason I can think of. My voice is heavy with sarcasm. Maybe she does do push-ups before she goes to bed. I mean, Shiro does a bunch of magical training, which I think physically helps his body, but, But, she says yes?
してるわよ。何よ、悪い？
I do. What, is that bad? Wow. So she is weirdly fit. Interesting. Huh. Maybe that's a training regimen that Kirei gave her to make sure she stayed healthy. Or maybe her dad was like, you'll need to be more than just magically. You'll need some amount of fitness. I feel like it makes more sense maybe if Kirei is the one who kind of instilled that in her, though, because Kirei is the one who's more... Like, of the two, I'd say he was the more physically fit compared to Rin's dad based on Fate Zero, but...
yeah. Nice.
No. English! I love it! Healthy body, healthy mind. Nice. She replies like that, so I'm the one that gets beat.
ともかく昼にしよう。もう2時過ぎだろ。いい加減何か食べないとめまいがしてきた。
Let's have lunch. It's past 2 already. I'm starting to get dizzy since I haven't eaten. I haven't eaten. I need to have a eat food. I need to food eat. A family restaurant by the bridge should be a good place around here. There are lots of choices on the menu, so I'm sure Saber won't complain. You starting to get into it, Shiro? Let's have lunch. It's past 2 already. You're starting to lead it a little bit, which means you're getting into it. I mean, he said he's having fun, but, does he want to stop having fun? Or is he going to try to ignore that subconscious part of his brain?
遠坂もそれでいいよな。別に目当ての店があるってわけじゃないだろ。
Is that fine with you, Tosaka? It's not like you had a plan on where to go to eat, right? I call it the Tosaka.
あるわよ。目当ての店ってわけじゃないけど、
Oh.
予定はちゃんと組んであるんだから。
I do have a plan. I have it all planned out. Ooh, you have some big stuff planned out? Is that what you're saying? You're gonna, at the end of the day, you're gonna go for a... Is that your implication with planning? Ooh. She does have a plan. Interesting that Shiro is finally taking the lead. She probably, from the start, was interesting. From the start, she probably planned out a big route and assumed both of them would be like, we have no ideas. So she took the lead, assuming she would take the lead, and she assumed right if that's the case. So the idea that, oh, we can just do whatever I want to do is probably a fib in the moment. And now that Shiro's actually getting into it and trying to take the lead, she's like, Interesting.
なんだ、そうだったんだ。で、それってどこだよ？
Okay, so where's the place you want to go to?
ここ。
Here. Oh, you just want to eat under the bridge? What?
は？ここってどこさ？
Right, she said she made lunch. That's right. She said she made her own lunch and she wants Shiro to eat it so she feels all like, well, that's her plan. I remember now. Yeah.
だからここ。天気もいいし、公園でお昼にするの。
I mean, here. It's so sunny out, so we're gonna eat here in the park. Okay. I look around. I don't see any cafe, nor even a hot dog stand. She made food. Do you not remember that aspect? She even said... Didn't she say that? Maybe she didn't, but she took the bread, and I believe she said, I made lunch, so you don't have to worry, or something like that. I feel like she said that. Maybe I'm crazy, but it definitely... The implication was there, even though she didn't say it, but I think she said it.
遠坂、まさか出前でも取るつもりか。
Tosaka, don't tell me you're gonna get delivery or something.
あんたね、その朝からずっと持ってる私のトートバッグは何だと思っ
He's
て
been
るの
carrying
よ。
it the whole time? Oh no. Hopefully that's not been stressing him out too much. Hopefully it's not too heavy. How heavy can food be? For 3 people? Oh, if it's got for 3 people, then she was planning for Saber all along. Oh, interesting. Hey now, what do you think is in that tote bag you've been carrying all this time?
What?
Eh? For once he said, and it was actually instead of are. Oh, come to think of it, she did hand me a bag to carry this morning. And you know, it's the darndest thing, but I left it in the batting cage. Hi, Jinx.
そこはかとなくマスタードの匂い。
Mustard.
つまり、これは。
So in summary, this kind of smells like mustard. So this must be...
お弁当に決まってるでしょ。それぐらい用意したって言わなかったかしらね、
I'm not
私。
crazy. She did. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. It's lunch, of course. Didn't I tell you that I prepared some? She glares at me. I think she did say something like that. You just got so distracted, wrapped up in the fun that you forgot. Or well, I think at first you were distracted by the fact that you just wanted to, you know, reject this reality.
うわ、驚いた。まさかそこまで手が込んでるとは思わなかった。
Wow, I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd put so much effort into this.
そんなの当然でしょ。私から誘ったんだから、それなりの準備はしてるわよ。
At least this is one meal you don't have to pay for, Shiro. Of course I would. I invited you, so I prepared accordingly.
ああ、これで謎も解けた。遠坂、このために食パンを使ったんだな。
The mystery's solved now. You used the bread for this, huh?
いや、てっきり夜中に腹が減ったんで、もしゃもしゃ食っちまったのかと思ってた。一斤丸ごと食うなんて無茶っぽいけど。
And then the response is,
ありかなって。
how much do you think I eat? You call me fat? Or something along those lines. You used the bread for this, huh? I thought you ate it because you got hungry at night. Sounds like too much to eat a whole loaf, but I thought it might be possible in your case. I think Saber's the one who's that big of an eater. I don't think Rin's quite that big of an eater. Wow, everything's solved now. There are no more worries on my chest now. None at all. Definitely none. Oh. You think I eat that much? How fucking dare you? When I look back up, Tosaka's making a scary face.
エミヤくん
Yes, Rin-chan?
なんだろう、遠坂。
Yes? What is it, Tosaka?
おしゃべりはそれぐらいにしてお昼ご飯の準備をしてくれない？道具一式トートバッグの中に全部入ってるから。
You really don't like the...
あんまりもたもたしてると殺すわよ。
You really don't like the fat implication, huh? Touchy. Can you stop talking and start preparing for lunch? Everything's in that tote bag. Oh, and I'll kill you if you're too slow.
はい、努力します。
Yes, I'll do my best. I quickly make a space on the grass. Man, that was scary. It's bad for my heart to have her say something that doesn't sound like a joke with that big of a smile. Oh, that's an image. We still haven't quite gotten the shower images yet, but the baseball image was nice. Well, this is a nice image. So, I'll save that one. I like that one. I like the images. I can't use my goddamn gallery. It's freaking glitched out, so I might as well save all the images, right? Lunch image. You're pretty late, Tom's Tom. Wednesdays, I have to stop earlier than I used to. So, even if I don't stop right now, we're stopping in, like, what? 30 minutes tops. That's right. So, you're kind of late, Tom's Tom. Anyways, so actually, I wonder how much longer this date would go on for. Could I beat it in 30 minutes? Probably not. My guess is that... Could I beat it? Could I see the completion? My guess is, if I had to make an informed guess, is that after all of the fun stuff, Shiro's gonna try to reject it to some extent, to make the parallel to Timeline 1 to go full circle. He clearly is already internally rejecting it to a point. And if there is some big, massive swerve, that feels to me like a big scene. And this is a beat. This transition is a nice beat, I feel. This date also might just go on for a while after the lunch. If it's a whole day, lunch is only halfway. This to me feels like a fine beat, I guess. I'm willing to accept this as a beat. Yeah. So, Tom's Tom, you showed up just in time for me to end the stream. Also, we're getting a nice little side leg shot, I just noticed, you know. Rin with her leggings on, there's a little bit revealed below her skirt. I will compliment, you know, aesthetically it's pleasing. She could just have, you know, the legs just fully revealed, but it's arguably more pleasing to have only that slight bit of leg, because it titillizes the imagination, especially because it's so close to the butt. That if you see the whole leg, you think less about it. Less is more, as it were. Sorry, we haven't gotten our shower images with Rin yet, so I have to be dirty with the other images. Yeah, so I'm done for now. I'll see you guys next time. Still don't have an outro phrase. We are halfway question mark into the Rin day. It's fun, but also the fact that it's fun is a problem for Shiro. More importantly, Rin seems to know already that I'll grow or something. So she knows the plot twist, and that implies even further that the plot twist is what I am suspecting it to be. I think. So, see you guys next time. Maybe at the resolution of the date we'll get that plot twist. I don't think so. That'll probably fully come later on, but I'm getting more and more sure that that's where it's going. But the date may be going anywhere. We'll find out. You'll probably know already. Unless you don't. You might not. In which case, wow. That's impressive. Stop recording.